The kingdom of Al-Halim had been under siege by a Djinn for months. Fierce and relentless, it ravaged villages, set crops ablaze, and terrorized the people. The Sultan, desperate to save his kingdom, issued a decree: whoever could defeat the Djinn would win his daughter's hand in marriage. Zafir, a humble blacksmith from a remote village, heard the call. Unlike the knights and warriors who had already tried and failed, Zafir was not driven by fame or fortune. He had a secret. His father had once been a Djinn hunter, and from him, Zafir had learned ancient methods of trapping and binding these powerful beings. Yet, he had never faced one himself. With his tools in hand and his heart steeled for the challenge, Zafir journeyed to the desolate wastelands where the Djinn was last seen. The sky darkened as he approached, the wind howling unnaturally through the barren hills. Flames flickered in the distance, and with each step, Zafir felt the weight of the creature's presence pressing down on him. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the air. "Another fool seeking death. Have you come to bargain your soul for glory?" The Djinn appeared in a swirling storm of smoke and fire, its form shifting from monstrous to ethereal. It towered over Zafir, eyes burning with malice. "I come to end your terror," Zafir replied, holding up a silver chain his father had given him. The chain, etched with ancient symbols, glimmered in the fading light. The Djinn paused, its fiery gaze narrowing in recognition of the artifact. "You think you can bind me, mortal?" "Many have tried," the Djinn hissed, its voice dripping with mockery. Without hesitation, Zafir swung the chain, chanting the words his father had taught him. The Djinn recoiled, but the chain latched onto its smoky form. It roared in fury, thrashing against the bonds as Zafir tightened the grip, chanting louder and faster. The air sizzled, and with one final, thunderous cry, the Djinn was bound, its power contained. Exhausted but triumphant, Zafir returned to the Sultan's palace, dragging the now dormant Djinn behind him. The court marveled at his victory. The Sultan, true to his word, offered his daughter, Layla, in marriage. Layla, a beauty known throughout the land, looked upon Zafir with curiosity and respect. They married the next day in a grand ceremony, but Zafir felt unease stirring within him. As the days passed, Zafir noticed something strange. Layla's eyes gleamed with an unnatural light, and at night, she would whisper in a language Zafir didn't understand. One night, unable to sleep, Zafir followed her into the palace gardens. There, under the full moon, he saw her speaking to the bound Djinn in the shadows. His blood ran cold as the truth dawned on him. Layla wasn't a mere princess, she was the Djinn's vessel, bound to it from birth. Her marriage to Zafir was not a reward, it was part of the Djinn's plan to be freed. Before he could react, Layla turned to him, her eyes glowing with fiery intensity. "You've won me, Zafir. But in the end, it is I who will claim you." With a smile, she stepped into the shadows, vanishing with the Djinn, leaving Zafir to face a horrifying truth: his victory had sealed his doom.